Hello, everyone. Wave. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are back with the World of Ashenfell, episode 11 of season 3. We are down in a war today, but the rest of us are here. We are ready to play, and we're just gonna jump into it and start the table introductions. With our wonderful dungeon master giving us a wonderfully awkward question for us to all ask.
Hi, I'm Jen. I am the DM for today. What mini would you paint from, let's say, Warhammer, not sponsored, Wizards of the Coast, not sponsored, or WizKids, which is a minor mini maker, or Hero Forge, sponsored by neither.
Sponsored by none of these guys. But hey, if you want to, hey, what's up? My email is in my Twitter.
Hi, I'm Emma, or commonly on the internet, playing Jorah today, who's our Eladrin bard warlock, who has apparently got a squad now of kobolds. And I don't paint the minis or know about the Warhammers, but I frequently see pictures of Jen painting spooky ladies and ghosts. I would paint a spooky lady or a ghost because they look cool. And that's my answer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Smoking Digsby. I am the gaming element over here on the Twitch platform. I am here today bringing you Zavarian Burnhammer, the Minotaur Warlock. Honestly, I've never painted a mini before. I don't know much about the experience. If given the chance, I'd probably paint my my Dwarven Ranger, Drake Thunderbrand, with his little bird companion sidekick on his arm.
Nice.
And hi everyone. My name is Val. This is my channel. Today I am bringing you Daphne Bravoy, the half Eladrin witch doctor and cook extraordinaire. And as far as minis go, I'm kind of in the same boat as Smokey. I've never owned a mini in my entire life. And I actually have no interest in painting minis. So, I do not have good control over my hands to begin with. So,
Same.
painting something that tiny is just... And I always lose and break small objects. So, that's essentially... I think it's great for other people to have minis. I just have zero to little interest in them. But
yeah, dexterity is my dump stat.
But I mean, that's why Hero Forge has painted minis now. So maybe one of these days I'll buy some for fun, but that's about it. But hey, speaking of fun, as Nightbot is letting you know, this is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. For every 100 biddies, you can give free rolls to anyone you see here, or just put them in a reroll pool for any of us to use at any time. If you subscribe to the channel, like Taj and Jin did earlier during Splash, you can gift healing potions. I think it was like decent healing potions to us so that we don't die. So Taj and Jin, whoever you want to give your healing potion to, please let us know. And if you want to give us a nat 1 or a nat 20, you can just donate through Coffee or through to Streamlabs. That's how you do that on this particular game. Sometimes I know that nat 20s are subs, but for this one, same price for a nat 20 that you would pay, just direct donations instead of subscribing to the channel. So with that, that's all I got. So Jen, go ahead and take us away into your wonderful, beautiful world of Ashenfell.
Alright, so last time you guys were in Winterdale, Alaberry, collecting information, gathering what you believe might be in the city of Cork, preparing yourselves for your personal siege into the city. And you met with some friends, made some deals with a rather charismatic sorcerer named Casimir Bogdutter. He he seems interested in your well-being and has offered to give you safe houses in regards to your conquest into the city. You met some kobolds, and Jorah's mother and father seems to adore them. And as the night winds down, you do get a long rest. You do get a day of recovery. If there are anything you'd like to do the next day, please let me know.
I don't think. We were gonna go and get silvered things, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
1 second.
we should definitely stock up on that for dealing with the potentially undead things that we are gonna be.
We're in. So basically, we've got time before we make our way to Cork.
Yeah, we're back in my hometown right now.
Yeah.
How much time? I forget.
That's up to you.
Yeah, they're basically good to go when we are. I think we need to pick up. We were gonna see if we could get silver things, or did we already approach?
We
I think we
already
went to someone,
approached
but
because I'm pretty sure, like, I'm looking at my sheet, like, I've lost money. It's so that
yeah, because I got a silver tip for
Yep.
Aura's lance and my bolt. Oh yes, no, you're correct. So we've already got that.
And
think we're good to
I
go.
was getting a silvered dagger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
It was gonna take a couple of days for that, so that was the day before. So we probably have like the full day today, and then we pick them up tomorrow and leave tomorrow. I think is what I'm estimating.
Yeah. Sure, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, a couple of sessions back, I got a new quarterstaff that was basically the same properties as my old one, but metal. Would that be considered silver or iron?
It would be considered iron.
Okay.
Unless you specifically state it to be silver, it is an iron weapon.
Okay.
You can hit ghosts with it.
You can hit a ghost with it.
I mean, I don't know if that's like D&D rules, but it's supernatural rules.
No,
Very
ghosts have
true.
a different resistance, as most of weapons in medieval world were iron or steel.
Yeah, iron is the bane of many a thing, but not in D&D.
Not in D&D.
Wonder how much it would cost for me to get a new quarterstaff made out of silver.
Well, the dagger and my bolts and Or's tip for his lance was 200 gold. So it's pricey.
So guess who's sitting on a not so chill 12 gold right now?
That's unfortunate. I shelled out a lot because I bought ores as well, so
I like officially I think have the less money that Daphne has ever had at 154 gold. Like Daphne's just been chugging around like 800 gold this entire time, and she like mine. Like
Isn't that like 8 platinum pieces though?
She is very stingy, is what I'm saying. Like she does not like to spend her money, but I guess a silver dagger is fine. Like
if it's gonna keep us alive, then maybe I guess.
Yes, sure.
I forget what weapon proficiencies are available to the warlock.
Not a lot.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple weapons.
So I guess a silver dagger wouldn't be out of the question, would it?
No.
No,
and I think short swords are considered silver weapons as well.
Yeah. Yep. Or hand axe and a mace.
Silvering a mace, like I own a mace, so I'm not actually silvering it because it's a mace. Yeah. Like, I don't think you can really silver a mace, so unless you spike it with spike silver.
Well, it depends. If it's a metal head, then you probably could. But yeah.
I have a crossbow. I'm wondering how much it would get to get those tips on the bolt tips.
I mean, you could go ask the blacksmith.
I'll go do that.
Alright. Going to ask the blacksmith. She says for bolts, a quarterstaff, and a dagger, it will come to 200 gold. But for bolts alone, it's around 75. For bolts and a dagger, it's 150. For all three, it's 200.
You have anything that's already prepared?
She'll tell you no, as silvered weapons are a made to order item.
Mhm.
Zev will turn to Jorah. Jorah,
Yes.
can I borrow some gold?
Do you intend on paying it back?
I'm usually good for my debts.
Are you? We don't
Well, you
actually
see,
know. Like, we don't actually know that because we have not lent you money and you have not paid us back for it. So we don't know. Like, can we get that written in blood? Is that.
You have me as a bodyguard. What more do you want out of me? I
No, no,
don't
no,
think I
no,
can
no.
I can give you my
I have
blood.
you as a very strong companion, party member.
That's true.
And you're not asking me for money.
Yeah, I know.
Like, so that's why don't you go to your sugar mama and ask her for money?
You mean your mother?
Your sugar mama. That's what this is, right? Because
Yeah.
clearly
Can
Jorah
confirm.
has a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I don't know how your magic works because mine is a little bit different. Like, I'm gifted from like dead things. Like, the ethereal plane has a connection to me. That's how I get my magic. You guys just like borrow it from someone.
That's magic, not money.
A
But
lot
I
of my magic
mean,
comes from my music. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, you're right. You're yeah. It's not an incorrect estimation. Yeah, I mean you can just ask her, right? She know you're here questing for her. And if it's about keeping Daphne safe.
yeah, try.
Okay,
Do we,
so
do you need like some privacy to talk to her? Is that how that works?
I will turn to the fair lady blacksmith and let her know that I will be back in about an hour with an answer for her, whether it be a confirmation or a denial. And I don't know how this works, so I will try to find a spot in town that's like serene, peaceful, not too busy, and see if I can try to communicate with my patron in any way, shape, or form, whether it be telepathic or.
Okay. How do you reach out to her?
I will. I will respectfully invoke the name of the Lady of the Summer, or is it summer or autumn? I can't remember because it's been summer. I will respectfully invoke the name of the Lady of the Summer and my lady, I know that this isn't something that I am known for. I don't like to ask for help very often from others, but you've been so kind to me in the past. I humbly request your assistance in a matter related to the quest that you have imparted upon to me. I am broke and was wondering if you would have any means of replenishing me financially if that is within your capabilities. Oh God, what an idiot. That's about all that Smokey can think of to say off the top of his head.
You reach out to her, and there's a moment of warmth, and you get the feeling of summer around you before you hear, "That is a bit beyond my capability as your patron. However, earning money or simply stealing it is not beyond yours. I can guide you to a trove I know is unguarded."
If you feel that this is something that I'm capable of doing without putting the rest of the party in danger, I will be more than willing to accept your help.
There's a small path of flowers that bloom before you, and they start leading away from you.
Do we see
To
these
guess all?
flowers?
You don't see them.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow. I won't motion. I won't motion. Wait, is Jorah able to see them? The flowers?
Yeah. This is
Ooh,
between you and your patron.
oh, okay. So I won't motion to the rest of the party. I'll look back to Jorah and Daphne and say, just wait there for a minute, and I'll be back, and I'll start following the flowers.
He just kind
You
of walked
follow the
off.
flowers.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Hope he's okay.
Say it again.
And
Sorry.
Hey, you know what? Like he said, it's gonna be away for an hour. Maybe he is legitimately booty calling your mom.
I don't actually want to
I'm
think
just saying.
about that, but thanks.
Well, let's go get a snack.
Yeah, we're gonna go get brunch.
okay. You follow the path of flowers, Zebrin, and it leads you to a partial part of town, to an open window. You can make a perception check.
Perception check. Do I have Mimsy on me? If is this something I can
This
get
is a
advantage on?
perception check for you.
From me. That's because I got to scroll all the way down. 24.
Um, you see inside the window 3 bags. You would note them to be coin sacks of sorts. As you look in, there doesn't seem to be anybody around. Money unguarded.
I look up the building. Does this look like a place of business?
You look at the building. It doesn't seem to be a place of business, but there's no sign. But it doesn't look like to be a place of residence either.
I look around. Is anybody watching me?
It doesn't seem to be.
This seems too easy. So I'll reach out to my patron again and I'll ask her, do you think I have the ability to take all 3, or do I have time for just one?
You hear her say, "I have led you. Your choice is yours." I would take all 3.
Right. If my lady says that it's a good idea, I'll take her word for it, and I'll reach out to the best of my ability and just grab all. If I need the mage handed, I will. But
No, they're in reach.
yeah, I'll grab all 3 if I
Yeah.
can,
You grab all 3.
and then I'll start briskly making my way back to where I left Jorah and Daphne
Right.
before anybody can say halt, stop. You violated the law.
I mean, we're
Making
not
your-
there. We went and got brunch. So, you're muted, Emma.
We maybe just went somewhere with outdoor seating nearby so that we could see him come back.
Like just on a patio enjoying the weather with mimosas and crepes and just like, yes, it's just a fine day for civil weapons, isn't it? Like,
Yes, it is. Twirling my dagger.
like,
How much gold did I find? I'll
Are
open
you-
up the sacks like I'll open up all 3 sacks, but like one at a time.
Sure. Glancing in, you seem to have found what looks to be approximately maybe 200 gold and a bag of marbles.
Interesting. Marbles are ball bearings. I think there's a difference, right?
Marbles.
Can they be used as ball bearings?
They're clay marbles. So you could use them as ball bearings.
Interesting.
Won't have any effect, but
So 200 gold and a bag full of marbles.
mm-hmm.
well, it's a good thing you didn't just
Interesting.
pick one. But, okay.
All right. And I guess I'll make my way back towards the blacksmith
Mhm.
and let her know that I have the gold.
All right. She'll take it and start your weapon. It'll be an additional 3 days.
An additional 3 days. Okay. So quarterstaff, dagger, and crossbow bolts is what I'm getting.
You're sitting at 6 days now. Yes.
Okay.
Oh man.
I guess I'll go find Jorah and Daphne.
We're probably like across.
Eventually you find them. Just having breakfast, brunch, enjoying it.
Oh hey! Did you you know, see her?
Somebody please give me a drink. I did something I'm not entirely proud of today.
Oh,
Oh.
that could mean many things.
Right? Like, what, is my mother not worthy enough? Like, what's the deal here?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I asked you first.
Well, clearly you called upon your sugar mama, your AKA patron.
She's
AKA
not my
mother.
she's my
Jorah.
She is my patron.
Yeah,
she's
that's
my
the
employer.
same
She's
thing.
nothing more, nothing less.
That's the same thing, right? Like,
Maybe for Jorah, not for me.
It's not the same rules for everyone?
No.
No.
Okay.
I am quite exceptional in that I'm bagging my patron.
Jorah, you should have said something.
So what? So why were you gone an entire hour? Like,
Because
first of all, I'm impressed if that was the case, but
because it takes time for these things to manifest, you know?
what things?
To be able, have you never spoken with somebody? No, you have.
Yeah, augury takes like 10 minutes.
Augury is different than speaking to somebody that's
Yeah, I just
essentially a god.
just speak to
I
my-
want to make sure the condition. I make sure that the conditions are right, and I
Mm.
want to make sure that things are proper, respectful. You know,
It's
I'm
very,
not-
very
I'm not
different between
I'm
you
not-
and I look over at Jorah. Like, because there's
I'm not
nothing
Jorah calling
respectful
for-
about
I'm not-
what's going
I'm
on
not
right
Jorah
there.
calling for a booty call.
Sir, how very dare you?
Oh, okay. Well,
He's
I mean,
usually too busy for that.
But
I
this
just
is
thought he
but
was
honestly,
fast.
this was the first time I've ever like tried to invoke or try to speak with
That's the first
my
time.
patron.
Mine was really accidental because I didn't realize I'd entered into a warlock pact. I just said his name and he was there. It was very weird.
Whoa, can you just say her name and she just appears?
She doesn't
If
appear.
she
She
wants
speaks
to.
to me. Well, for me, she didn't appear. She just spoke to me. Um,
Oh, what did she say?
I guess by means of telepathy. If that
Oh,
makes sense. If that makes sense.
I mean, did she
Um,
ask about me or anything?
yes, she did.
Oh,
She was asking if you were okay. I
mm-hmm.
will roll a deception check if you need me to for that,
Yep,
Jen.
I'm gonna
I am
roll an
inciting the shit
insight.
out of
That's what
that.
I was about to say.
Whoa.
I was gonna roll
You
an
don't mind.
insight on that one. Let's see.
Sir, that's not very good.
A 20. Okay, what is your deception? Hold on, I gotta get to my sheet. I got a pretty good insight. Yay, wisdom based characters.
18.
18? Okay. I have a +6 on my insight. I'm rolling my Daphne dice. Nope, don't make it. I made a 16. Oh, so she does care. Okay, well.
She wouldn't have sent me otherwise.
Right, but like there's
That
just
is-
like securing
that's
your
not a lie.
lineage. There's a securing your lineage care, and then like for principle, and then there's like actual caring about me as a person.
I don't think that I know either. I don't know my parents, so. But like
Do minotaurs not raise their own babies?
Jen,
They do.
is that a thing I know?
Okay, so you're just an orphan?
I mean, we've had this discussion.
Did we? I forgot. I was probably
Yeah,
drunk.
Likely.
I'm a bad
we've
influence on
had
you, I'm sorry.
we've had this discussion. I don't know my parents, and I was mostly raised on the seas. You know.
Oh, okay. Like I knew you were raised on the sea, but I mean your parents could have been pirates too, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So where did you get your food from a baby? Who was your nursemaid?
That? What? Wait.
I had
I'm
one.
so-
That's why I was asking.
I'm too sober for this.
As you say that,
I
four
need-
kobolds pop up beside you.
Oh, hey, bud.
It's your family.
It's my family.
It's your brothers and
So-
sisters.
No.
So we're just gonna have an army of kobolds following us now.
No. They are my
Iggy climbs
squad.
up on the table and starts strumming his ukulele. Your mom adopted us.
Okay. Okay.
He laughs and then just kind of squishes your face gently, Jorah. I lied, but it was fun.
Jorah, I hate to say it, but this seems so on brand.
Just listen. I have been realizing things about myself in the past day or so that I'm not happy about.
He really enjoys being an only child. He doesn't want his parents
Yeah.
to have any more babies.
Yeah, and I never thought that would be a thing because, like, I'm only 100. Like, normally they would be a second one coming in, but yeah, I think I like being an only child.
So
Of course
elves
I do.
don't.
That
so
feels
elves
on
don't
brand.
like. So like Eladrin and elves don't like.
It's a slower process. I mean, we live for up to 1,000 years, so it's equivocal to, the rate that humans have babies.
It's bears.
Yeah, because we don't reach adulthood until we're 100. So I mean, it's not like every 100 years. Then maybe would I don't know. Like I said,
We are way too sober to be having this conversation right now.
yeah.
So it's gonna be another 3 days for my weapons to be done.
3. Oh God.
So we got what, like a week to just hang out with kobolds? Like
I mean,
mean-
yep.
it's
I
there.
guess so.
If we have if we have about 7 days or 6 days, hmm. How, Jen, from where we are right now, would Zev have any like idea how long it would take to get from Winterdale to Marble Marsh on foot?
It's too long.
It's about 2 months by foot.
Ooh,
That's
would
like an
I
entire continent.
would I know of like would I know of anything like teleportation circle wise or anything in that area?
In Marble Marsh, you would have to have very specific gods to teleport to, and Marble Marsh's gods don't always border along the major pantheon. They're more minor gods.
Mm.
But you could try it. There's no reason to saying you can't. Just you'd have to have very specific temples, and most of these gods in Marble Marsh aren't looked upon with kindness.
Well, I grew up there, so I would know what temples are there, right?
Maybe.
History check.
Religion check.
Because we've been
13?
using like Paylor teleportation circles with Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In Marble Marsh, most of the gods there are considered to be on the variety of necromantic or dead gods. Quote unquote, Jurgle is considered a dead god, even though he's not necromancy. He's just the preservation of knowledge through death, and thus he has a lot of dead scribes around his temples. But you do get Merkel around there. He's not a very popular god. He's considered part of the minor pantheon. Um, you get kind of this dead magic or dead god space in the sense that they're just not part of the pantheon or their magic has been snuffed out of the world, kind of in that area. You get a lot of druid gods, so you get a lot of would be considered chaotic gods in that area. And most of the countries you're in don't worship chaotic gods. They usually worship neutral or lawful gods. So you would
So
have a
Marble
bit of a
Marsh is just
struggle
Marble
getting there.
Marsh is just the rebels of the world.
Basically, Marble Marsh is a country that survived a lot. So a lot of rebels went there to celebrate that and just stayed.
Um, if we've got a little time on our hand, I'd like to pose. Um, I'd like to pose a trying to find the right word. I'd like to pose an opportunity. I was thinking we can possibly I think we could possibly head to Marble Marsh.
Marble. That's a trek.
Well, there is a temple there, out that way. I'm
That has a pair here?
I don't think that it.
You have to
Like
go from god to god, like same
Mhm.
same gods.
Paylor to Paylor, Ayun to Ayun.
Winterdale's not that terribly inclusive, is it?
It's fairly Ioun centric.
Yeah.
And well, I know of the Three Groves. That's where my mom works, but
And the three groves are more of a neutral god.
they're like real
They're
niche,
very
real niche.
I'm,
They're the yoga retreat.
yeah.
I mean, the only thing I can kind of think of is that because there were like Tiamat people kind of hanging out here. Maybe they have a
There
makeshift
was.
if you have like Tiamat. But do we really want to just
Yeah,
show
you do
up?
have the
Yeah.
soldiers of Tiamat, the
Yeah.
clerics of Tiamat, but there are no temples of
Okay.
Tiamat within the city.
Gotcha.
No. Yeah.
Because Tiamat is very chaotic evil.
I was I imagine like the Tiamat soldiers have like a pop-up tent that's like their makeshift worshiping house right now.
Like in Skyrim, where you've just got like the little camp of
Yeah. No, if you go ask, the stipulation was no worship of Tiamat within the city. They would have to
Gotcha.
physically leave to do
Yeah.
that.
Well, what temple were you thinking about to go into in Marble Marsh?
Well, the only one that I know of off the top of my head is Murgle. He's not really a part of the major pantheon. I'm not much of a worshiper, but I know that there is indeed a temple in Marble Marsh. The reason I ask is because if we've got a little time, I was hoping that maybe we can hit the Marble Marsh, gather some information about my boat. Maybe I can show you guys around my haunting grounds a bit, and make our way back.
Didn't you just give all of your weapons to the blacksmith?
Same. All my stuff's with.
Oh wait, did I actually give her all my weapons, or is she making them from
she's
scratch?
coating them in silver.
Oh, I thought she was making them from scratch.
I mean, we could try and pay her to expedite the process, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I worry the longer we leave it, we have people waiting on us to go. Like there's 2 people literally hanging out at the moment waiting for us to be done.
No, I understand.
But
I would just, teleportation circle or not, going around asking about your boat that was mutinized from you might cause trouble, is all I'm saying. And I don't want to be caught in trouble with the only one capable of fighting. I am not built for this.
Ooh, gosh.
I mean, it's not an immediate urgency. We could put a pin in it.
Okay. I mean,
if we're just sitting, I just figured if we're sitting around twiddling our thumbs, it was just something to do.
I mean, why don't you just enjoy your like little vacation you got going on here? Like you got a week off, bud.
A lot can happen in a week.
Right. Like, I don't know. Are there strip clubs in IUN? We could go to one.
This. Yeah, there's definitely brothels.
Why don't you go hang out there? I don't know. Like I might like there's stuff to do here.
I do want to check in with the old Patreon. I want to let him know about what happened with that Casimir and the feather thing. Just to see if he has any insight as to. Yeah, I just like to report in.
Out of character, who are you talking about?
The Casimir Bogdar, the hag.
Oh, that's right, the hag.
Yeah.
And I was kind of
doing that deal with Orin.
Wait, what with Or?
Oh, that's right.
Gave them a feather in exchange for. What was it in exchange for?
A true polymorph potion.
Oh yeah, to get a potion of true polymorph that will last long enough if it's needed, either for crossing the border or certainly when we get to the city.
A feather for a true polymorph potion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we. Yeah. Whatever's going through your head, that's what we're going. That.
Which is why I want to just let the archfey that we're in cahoots with know about that. Just see if he's heard of this Casimir, and just to get a bit of a scope on How
Do you
trustworthy
get,
he is.
out of curiosity, do you guys have the potion, or is
Or
it in
has
Or's
it? It's
inventory?
his
Yeah,
potion.
it's his.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to know. He's really handsome, though. That's a handsome
He
half-bag.
is quite handsome, and I don't say that a lot about males. The last one I said that was Dragonborn.
Yeah.
But he is quite handsome for someone of the male type, but also a
I was
hag.
I was a little skeptical when Jorah said it, but if Daphne's saying it,
Listen,
He's
I can
handsome.
listen. I can
Why would you be
appreciate.
skeptical?
because you
I
think
have good
everybody is
taste.
handsome.
That's not true. That's really not true.
Right? I mean, Daphne is half archfey, so she's gonna do this. Right, Jorah? Do you think that Zev is handsome?
Hey, I'm a minotaur. That doesn't count.
Of course it
I'm
does.
not into the big muscle types. I like mine pretty.
You like your twinks. Okay.
No, not twinks.
Jorah's a
Different.
twink.
Yeah. It's different. I like
if you
them.
can describe, like, you have Mask of Many Faces. Can I see
Yeah.
it?
Oh, I'll turn into him. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a picture of him in the Discord.
Actually, make a D100 roll, sure.
Oh. Okay. This sounds fun. 91.
91. As you do that, you feel the magic actually resist as you try to turn into Casimir.
Oh, do I manage?
You
Or
turn into a very pink and blue version of him, and his hair is a very off green.
This is what the guy looked
Weird.
like. You
no.
said he was handsome.
That was a strange. I mean, he looks like that, just pink and blue.
What?
No, he. Oh, weird.
Is he a tiefling?
Daphne. No, he. No, we. It's a Fae thing. But that magic, my magic resisted that. Oh, that's so cool.
Since I've seen Jorah turn into Casimir just pink and blue, can I attempt to turn into Casimir with the pink and blue with my Mask of Many Faces?
Yeah, roll a D100.
Oh no.
It's gonna be really
That's
awkward,
10.
just two of us sitting here.
That's a
You
10.
go to try and turn into Casimir, not pink and blue. Instead, you turn into an orc that has very bright yellow skin. Almost that to the shade of a salamander. If you find one in the wild, they have very lovely bright yellow skin. But it seems your magics are very uncooperative when it comes to changing into Casimir.
That's so
interesting.
cool. I wonder if that's all fate. I'm gonna concentrate really hard and try to turn into Beltane.
You do so with no issue.
Yeah.
Can I concentrate really hard and try to turn into I've seen Daphne's uncle, right?
Yeah, you've seen Beltane.
I'm
Or,
literally
Which
looking
one?
at him right now.
not Beltane. I meant not her uncle. I meant her father. No, not her
No,
father.
Not
My
Her
dad's
father.
dead.
He dead.
Wait, I've seen a member of. I think I've met a member of. I can't remember if I met a member.
You
of your
mean you
family
met my
that's not here.
mom?
Can I try?
That's
to
about
turn into her
it.
mom?
Unless you've met like the crazy uncles that are a little like I met him too, and I don't like him. He wanted to kill me.
Yeah, that's the one that I was trying to turn into. But I'm not
turn
sure.
into Samhain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you turn into Samhain, and you hear a voice in your head. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Okay, I will immediately turn back.
I am not. I need more mimosa.
Sorry, Daphne. I was just following Jorah's lead.
Right.
Yeah, but
so-
like yeah. I guess it's different when I'm turning into him, and I'll turn back to myself.
It's just it's weird. Like, I can turn into everything else, but like,
I'm assuming it has something to do with the hag nature of his bloodline. That's a guess.
As you say that, you see a dark-haired figure lean forward, put his hands under his chin. It's exactly that.
Oh, he's back. Hi. Sorry, I was just
I
trying to explain to him what you look like because I said you were handsome. I mean,
know
Yeah.
when anyone tries to take my form.
cool. That was cool though. That was an interesting feeling. Sorry, didn't mean to be disrespectful. Like I
No,
say,
no,
I
I
was
think
trying to
it's
prove
quite
a point.
amusing. If I
Okay.
could, allow people to take my form, I would. But honestly, it's not permitting. Sorry,
It's
old
really
magic,
cool.
old
No, you
laws.
did. Please don't apologize. It was an interesting experience. But Zev,
Zev is
am I right?
Zev is Zev is giving this guy the squintiest of eyes, just observing him up and down, like
Oh,
giving him a once over.
he's the Minotaur scared of me.
No, I'm sure there's many reasons for that. How are you doing?
There's not much out there that fears me, Mister.
Oh, then you
Mister.
have not seen my true wonders. But anyways, splendor aside, I've been good. I've gotten breakfast for everybody back at your
Oh.
house. Your mother is a delight. I cleaned the house for her in exchange for her letting me stay the night. I don't do things for free.
Okay.
And now I'm here at your disposal, but I
Insight
don't know what
check.
to do next.
Here's the thing.
Insight check.
Sure.
He did all of that for free.
No, he doesn't do anything for free.
It was because my mom let him stay at her house.
But he did that all just out of the kindness of his heart. Insight check. Mm-hmm. That seems a little sketch.
Sure.
That's a 10.
Like you said, he does nothing for free. He does everything in fair exchange.
Yeah. Well, we have attempted to silver up our weapons before going in, as we're
Ooh,
aware that
that's
some of us
nasty.
are gonna. Yeah, we're being realistic about the possible things we may be encountering when we're there. Unfortunately, collectively, with all the things that we're getting silvered, it's gonna take a few days. I
Well,
was
that's
suggesting we maybe just try to.
boring.
I know. I thought maybe we could expedite the process.
I'm
Bump
sure
our
if you have
weapons
the
up to
coins,
Yeah.
I could help her in exchange for something.
Well, here's the thing. I would exchange something with you to expedite the process of our weapons. But everything here effectively belongs to someone else. I feel like you'd have to do the deal with him. Or at least get his approval. If you're okay with that.
Go to your daddy.
Oh. Yes.
What about you, Eladrin Elf? He looks to you, Daphne. Nothing
muted.
for her. He looks to you, Zebrin.
Jorah, this is the guy that Or traded a feather for a potion for.
Yeah, because the feather's going to be used for a potion of flight.
Obviously.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what would you want in exchange from me?
Honestly, free ice cream for a year.
Oh, easy, done.
Amazing.
Before I give you an answer, what would you want from me?
The name of your ship.
How do you know about that?
I know many things.
Before we shake on and do the actual deal.
And you're
Free
not
ice cream.
exactly quiet.
He's not around there.
He points over to a table. I was over there, hiding, waiting. I wanted to be dramatic.
You're good at this.
Yeah.
If I ever get into doing dodgy dealings with people, I feel like I have a lot to learn from you.
Anyways, I don't want the name of your ship. I have no use for a ship. I live in a bog.
That sounds fun.
It is. The red caps are useless unless given direction. But they're fine.
Can I add a little
But that
stipulation under?
oh, go for it.
No, our deal. Sorry, free ice cream for a year, for you, not just free ice cream for everyone. Just
Of course, it's only a deal between you and me, not for
Yeah.
everybody. I don't know everybody nor care for everybody. This is about me and my needs.
Yeah.
I'm a
As long as
very
we-
Can I
selfish man.
Yeah, well, yeah, but make sure though you spread the word about it as a brand. I think like encouraging sales would be appreciated.
No, I can do that.
Jen,
Nice.
well, Zev is gonna stay a little quiet. He's gonna give Kashmir a once over. Like, what does he look like? Like, what does he have like anything like specific on his person of note?
He is wearing a blue-gray, kind of a tweed kind of robe, faceted by a very hideous black and yellow checkered belt. Kind of off-put by green pants and very nice, well boots. He doesn't seem to be wearing any metal of any type. He's got a very nice, soft mahogany red skin, curly dark hair, very intense eyes, and shades of green around the crown of his head.
That leads me back to my question. If you don't want the name of my ship, what do you want in exchange from me?
He thinks
Before
for
I
a
say
moment.
yes or no.
What would you offer to me?
I'll bring out Mimsy. I can offer you his scales.
I don't
Pseudo
want
dragon
his
scales are.
skills. I can go fight a pseudo dragon on my own. One not bound to a warlock.
I have a jar of mystery food.
Yes, actually, I'll take that. He
I
holds
mean,
his hand up.
it's been sitting in my inventory for about 5 episodes since we tried to cross the border and me and Or got sent to jail. But yeah, I'll gladly give it to you if it gets out of my inventory.
He takes it and tucks it away. Thank you.
Sure.
He looks rather smug as it vanishes from your sight. Well, I better go get to work. Thank you for the ice cream. And thank you for the poison. He gives you a wing, Severin, as he hops away.
Daphne, that food was poisoned? Oh wait.
What? Did I give you
That
that?
food? Yeah, you gave me that jar of mystery food.
Did I?
Mm.
It was poisoned? Well, you probably just been sitting in that jar for too long. The preservatives ran out. What did you expect?
Yeah, probably pretty poisonous now. Yeah.
I don't personally remember giving a jar of poisonous food away, so I'm just double checking.
You made
Yeah.
an interesting dish for us all. Yeah.
I did make us rations, but it's been a while. And sometimes when things decay,
Yeah.
they will create poisonous substances. I don't recommend eating rotten food. That will make you sick.
I'm aware, but like he
Like, I didn't
he walked
personally
off saying,
poison it, is what I'm saying.
okay, thank
Or
you.
at least I don't remember personally poisoning it.
I'd be
It'll
very
be
concerned if you
fine.
did.
Yeah. It'll be a-okay.
So he's an interesting one.
Yeah. We'll see if he's good at his job. Speeds up the process of these weapons, and then we can skedaddle.
I can't say that I 100% agree with his trading methods. That seems a little sketch.
I mean, he's a hag.
That's what they do.
Accept the sketch.
Like, they're part fae.
Yeah.
It's just what fae do. Like,
Yeah. Fae got Fae, you know what? I mean, maybe I'm just a bit more relaxed to it all, given that I'm a Ladrin and I'm very much embroiled with an archfey. So,
I mean,
sometimes you gotta make deals to get what you want.
but like, would I know the value of a true polymorph potion, Jen?
Make a history check.
12.
Other than their value, it's some high level magic that wizards and sorcerers are privy to. And other than that, not much.
I mean, it's safe to, like, this is some very powerful magic. It's safe to assume that like a true polymorph potion would be expensive.
Yeah, but
Like more than our lives.
Yeah, right. The potion was the feather allowed them to create a potion of flight because you have to have a feather of an Aarakocra. Ours is just for speeding up the process of these silver weapons. So I'm all right with my deal.
I mean, I'm okay with mine as well. That jar of mystery food was kind of sneaking up my inventory, but like, all the same, it just seems a little odd. Like,
you're literally tied to an archfey, bro. Like you know they that's just how they do. That's how they
I
do.
suppose.
And sometimes it feels a little sketchy, and occasionally there's just a smile on their face. You're like, I don't know what kind of smile that is, and is there like 8 meanings to what you've just said? But you just have to roll with it, I guess. I'm sure there is a sketchiness to it, but a year of free ice cream, I can fine. All right.
I'm just saying,
we really
I've
need
dealt
to
with.
go and get the stuff dealt with, you know.
I'm just saying, I've dealt with some skeevy individuals in my day. I can sense suspicion from a mile away.
Okay.
But like, if as long as like he doesn't seem like dangerous, I'm not gonna push it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty danger there, but it's not. I'm okay with it.
So mimosas.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been drinking. I don't. What? Did you guys go talk to a hag? Like, what happened? I'm sorry, I checked out there for a hot second, and someone
That's
accused
okay.
me of poisoning them.
Well,
Well, I didn't accuse you of poisoning me. I was wondering if you had poisoned the jar of mystery food. I didn't accuse.
That's exactly what that is.
Well, to be fair, it was Casimir that said thank you for the poison, so that was less so Zev making that assumption, and more so Casimir.
He was casting shade on my cooking, is what you're saying.
He was tossing shade at your cooking, yes.
Who knows?
Okay, yeah, fuck that
I've
guy.
given a year worth of ice cream to go and speed up the process with the silver weapons.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad all of you guys decided to give a little bit of yourselves so that I didn't have to. I was perfectly fine waiting a week. But if that's what you wanted, go ahead. No one's going to stop you.
Yeah. I'm just very aware that we should probably
get on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
So, for brevity's sake, the night you will have the days to yourself. Then you can go back to your house, Jara.
I'll take them to a strip club first, though, if there is one.
You have some fun at the strip club.
Yeah.
It does nothing for me.
I'm sorry, but
yourselves.
they have a steak buffet, and that does nothing for you?
That does nothing for me.
Red meats? Okay.
Well,
Some people are ace. It's okay, you know. Some people are just not into that kind of thing.
the steak buffet was nice. The strippers weren't.
Do you like?
Like I told you, my heart belongs to somebody already.
Yeah, mine too. That doesn't mean I enjoy not looking.
Yeah. I really enjoy looking.
Like your
I'm in a long
emotional.
distance relationship.
So
Yeah.
this is inside the strip club as we're like waiting, and I'm like, "Ooh, he's cute, Zav," and you're like, "My heart belongs to somebody else," and Daphne's like, "Yeah, mine too, but Jesus Christ, you can't appreciate a good pair of six packs and an ass."
See, the thing about that is, what race is the guy that
Okay, here
Daphne
we
pointed
go.
out?
Let's talk about strippers. We're doing it now, Jen. Like-
I'm gonna say he's human, but we need to
Yeah.
go along.
Yeah.
And I'm saying your night has come and you're getting
Yeah.
a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's prepare them spells. Like, this was very important to Daphne. So.
Mhm.
But as you finish your night after going to a strip club, meeting Adonis, the human stripper, you have a good evening.
Mhm.
And when the morning arrives, you recover your spell slots, any HP, any class features, etc. And you all find your weapons neatly packaged with a note saying, "I hired the Durgards. Much love, Casimir."
He's
Ah.
good.
Makes sense.
I like. Yeah. Well.
So we got our silver weapons, right?
Yes, you all get your silver weapons.
Yeah.
Do
So-
they have any modifications other than being silver? Are they plus
Just
ones or magical?
They're just silvered.
Just silver. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Well, my quarterstaff was +1, so
If it was already a +1 before it went in, then yeah. But it is a silvered weapon and any modifications you had before that.
okay. And
You can find, I think, silvered weapons in D&D Beyond. Roll20 might have silvered weapons.
I've just added the name silver onto
Yeah,
it.
because other than like modifications of it being silver,
Yeah.
it doesn't really.
Silvered weapons, in a general context, is just to overcome the resistances a creature might have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I guess we better get in touch with we're going with both Casimir and Wizard Man.
Mm-hmm.
You are just going with Salvatore. Casimir is
Salvatore.
not traveling with you.
Oh,
all the
yeah.
way.
He's
He's
just
traveling with
offered
you.
the safe houses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's offered the safe houses as Clint has offered his services to you.
Yeah. So we're traveling with him to kind of legitimize our entrance
Yes.
into the country. Yeah.
oh,
Do we know where
Jorah,
he's
before we
staying?
go,
Yes.
I forgot. I found this bag of marbles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if you might have any use for them. They're made out of clay.
Several. But sure. I mean, we could, yeah. You do a quick getaway, just like chuck a bunch of them down into the corridor. If you're testing for how deep a big, deep, dark hole is, there's several uses for those. They have utility purpose.
I suppose. All right, just thought I'd ask.
Uh-huh. Attach them on a string and you could... Anyway, let's go.
Take conkers with them.
Yes, that's exactly what he was going to say. Uh-huh. So,
Oh.
let's get going. Do we know where Salvatore has been staying?
He just left you in the library of Ayun. You could probably check there, as he seems kind of the guy who would stay in a place like that.
Yeah. Well, we can go and try and find him, or one of us could send a sending his way.
Oh,
Which would
I
we
actually-
prefer? Well, I feel like you maybe have more magical juice than I do. Do you want to give him a wee bell?
Me?
No, Daphne.
Oh,
Sorry, what? I was moderating.
Oh yeah, no, sending to Clint Salvatore.
Oh, yeah, I can send to Clint, or do you want to do it?
Well, I assume you have a bit more juice in the old magic tank than I do.
That is true,
AKA spell
and
slots.
sending is also one that I don't think I have to prepare even. Like sending is in
Okay.
my.
I mean, I have it, yeah, so I can
mhm.
do it if you would rather, but it's just, in fact, you know what? I've got.
I
spell
can
slots
do it.
open.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'll do the next one.
yeah, I got it. I will send to our wizard friend and let him know that we. Hi, it's Daphne. We got our things ready to meet up when you are, honey.
You hear a kind of just woken up, gravelly kind of voice, even though it's like mid morning, like 10 at this point.
Listen, I understand. Daphne doesn't, but Val
Yeah.
does.
Yes.
Like-
And you hear, "I will meet you outside the library."
and I had a few left over from the same sending, and so I'll just ask what time with the same spell.
30 minutes.
Okay. And I will turn to my companions and be like, all right, well, we're meeting him 30 minutes in front of the library.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing my morning stretches.
Right,
he's
just like
definitely the
doing
son
our
of a-
lunges.
He's the son of a yoga mom, so like.
Okay. For
Centering
fighting
himself.
vampires, I
Right.
don't want inflict wounds. That's silly. Like...
Let's go meet Clint.
Get some of that.
You go meet Clint. The kobolds bid you goodbye. Your mother and your
Mm.
father bid you goodbye. And your father does follow you up to the library, as he does have to go work. But
Dad, I don't mind them staying in the house. I'm totally okay with that. But don't adopt them, okay?
he gives you a look. Right?
Thank you. I'm not going to explain because I feel like it would be a long emotional discussion to explain why, but don't do it.
All right.
Thanks, Dad.
You have to talk to your mother about that. As he heads into the library, after giving you a peck on the cheek.
Yeah, bye, Dad.
You do see Clint Salvatore kind of standing there with a satchel kind of over his shoulder. His robes are a bit in a disarray as he tries to smooth them. This is the most uncouth you've seen him. But as he kind of slicks back his hair, he becomes a very modeled version of himself, and he just looks up with quiet, tired eyes and gives you all a bow of his head.
Long night of reading?
Yes.
We had a long night too. We weren't reading though.
Daphne, me and you are gonna have a talk at some point
Why?
about that stripper you tried
Why?
to take home last night.
Okay. Took them home? Okay.
Well, you ready to get going? Sam?
Yeah, I'm good. I got my stuff. Got my garlic bread. Got and we went ahead and like, because tomato sauce preserves really really well. Got little mason jars of spaghetti for rations as well. So we're good to go. We're good to go. This should be good. Like,
Is this the garlic bread that were made with the potato?
No.
I made this garlic bread. Like, I'm ready to go in front of the
don't
library.
speak of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Come on, and we're
He
gonna.
tried his best, damn it.
It was
Yeah.
still bad. We're gonna.
Do you have a mode of transport?
He holds up some blue chalk. Yes.
Wonderful. Music to my ears.
Wizards.
He looks around and then kind of just groans softly to himself as you see Casimir kind of waltz up and says, "I'm here, let's go."
Morning.
Good
I thought he said he
morning,
wasn't coming.
giants. He's not.
You just coming to say goodbye?
Oh no, I'm coming to the drop-off point and then I'm going away.
Oh, got some fun business to do?
I have to go see my aunties, but yes.
Oh, I bet that's fun.
They're lovely women. You like them.
You know what? I probably
I'd
would
like-
get along with your aunties now that I
Yeah.
think about it. Like, we probably have a lot of things to talk about between the four. Like, how many aunties you got? 3, 4,
Oh, I have 5.
5 aunties? Oh, yeah, we
Oh.
would definitely
Could-
have stuff to talk about.
Could we
Mhm.
come meet them sometime?
Of course. I'll tell them to prepare for your arrival.
Oh, excellent.
You'll love it. They have a wonderful spots in the bog.
I'm sure you could show me around all your favorite spots.
Oh, I'd love to.
Hmm.
I have a little home of my own.
Oh.
My blessed parents made it before they passed on from this world, but it's home all the same.
Sounds exciting.
Mhm.
I have a home now too in the middle of nowhere. I'm very happy.
He's my roommate.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
Did you like your gifts?
yes. Thank you.
Excellent.
I pat the dagger that's on my belt. I should probably like hide it though, huh? Do you think they'll sense it? I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Probably. But anyways, your wizard has completed his circle, I think.
Ah,
Yay!
wonderful.
You just see Clint standing there ready to make the last rune. Let's go.
Hmm.
He strikes the rune and the circle glows softly. It's a unique blend of almost a static electricity dancing over it as it glows a bright green, and he steps in and vanishes.
I step through to Zana. Let's giggity go.
You'll zip through the teleportation circle and find yourself stepping out onto a small platform. Strangely enough, beside the road.
Hmm.
And you catch the breeze of the sea kind of wafting out off of your face, and you hear the cry of gulls and other seabirds as Clint puts away his things, and you see Casimir just grin at you all. Well, my part is done. Goodbye. As he
Goodbye.
bows.
Bye! Alright, everybody got their
Say
papers?
goodbye. Love to watch you leave.
Do a squat on the way out!
Yeah.
Casimir laughs as he waltzes along down the road.
Goddamn. Can I, Mr. Salvatore, is this a private rune of yours? Is this just a publicly known thing?
It is the Bog Daughters.
Oh. Oh. Do you think they'd mind if I tried to memorize how to get here? I'd probably have to ask them.
I would ask the hags
Should
permission.
have asked them. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna start collecting them because I can eventually learn that spell.
Good. It's a useful spell.
Yeah. Didn't think of it before now, and then I saw you doing it. And I was like, damn, it'd be useful if we could do that. Then I realized I'm coot eventually. So here we are. Anyway, let's be off.
He turns as he pulls his coat closer to him, and it turns into a travel coat with simple magic. And you see him kind of pull a hood up over his head as he continues on. He looks like a simple traveler, if anything, as he makes his way, head bowed, down the road.
I guess he just wants to keep a low profile, so we should do the same.
I'll sort of put up my cloak and then just there's nobody around, correct?
Not as far as you can see. You see people like 100 yards away from you, but no one's like in your general vicinity.
I'm gonna do a very subtle mask of many faces to just change the colors of my clothing to look a bit more inconspicuous, a bit less. I'm a Fey Bard.
Out of character, real quick. Were we teleported inside a dragon wall or outside of it?
Inside. It
Oh,
seems
gotcha.
whatever Clint and Casimir had worked out brought
Mm-hmm.
you here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then, yeah, I don't have a hood myself, but It's not weird for me to be in Dragonwall sometimes.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're a traveling party. We're fine.
Yeah.
I would like to use Mask of Many Faces to kind of in an area where like nobody can see me. I want to at least change my appearance so that I'm not recognizable
Okay.
as the jackass who tried to charm a bunch of vampires.
You should become a spotted minotaur now.
Dairy cow.
You should be a
The
dairy
black nose
minotaur.
ones. The black nose ones with like the black.
Yes,
and
they're
the,
so
yeah.
cute. The one that we
Madam,
make
that is
rugs out
offensive.
of.
How's that
Madam,
offensive?
that is offensive.
Okay, sorry.
I
I was just giving you a suggestion of what you should look like if you were going to change the way you look to look completely different from the way that you did. But if I offended you, I apologize. I did not mean to do that.
you know what? Just to see a smile on Daphne's face, I will turn into a dairy cow minotaur.
You're so cute. Here, hold on a second, and I'm going to pull a ribbon out from my bag.
Don't you dare.
My fanny pack, and I'm going to tie it into a little bow tie for him to put around his neck. Here, you want a bow tie?
I asked for this.
I'm just following Clint to the station.
I just wanted to make myself not recognizable because I knew that there might be somebody that might recognize me as the guy who tried to charm a bunch of vampires and got put in prison because of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't want it, that's okay. It's blue.
I'll lean my head down.
Yeah. She's going to put it around his neck and tighten it. It's like, you look so handsome. and continue down the road.
I'm just thinking to myself how she's getting such a kick out of this, and I'm doing such a good job for my patron, but at the same time, I'm kind of dying inside. I'm thinking that to myself. I'm not gonna make that. I'm not gonna make that vocal.
So, as you're traveling along, Clint's keeping to the road, off to one side, his head bowed. He doesn't really talk much as people pass you by, largely merchants, it seems. You do notice a heavy guard presence on the road as you travel more towards the city of Cork.
Oh wait, did I let Jorah know about the thing last time we were here?
The what?
The magical interference. Things that okay, so apparently when me and Aura were in jail, there was something that was preventing me from getting in contact with Mimsy while he was still in your possession.
You were in jail, so I feel like they won't, because like magic uses are a thing, so people could just like, I don't want to be here and just teleport themselves out.
Yeah,
so
it was probably anti-magic inside
field.
of prison. Yeah, not necessarily Cork itself. But I mean, we can test it out. Like,
yeah, I just want to make sure that like
but you should be fine. Your Mask of Many Faces is working.
That's true. I just wanted to give you a heads up before.
All right, thank you.
That is a thing.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye.
Somebody roll me a D100.
God dang it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay. I'm not gonna fight y'all. But it was a 90.
I mean, our totals add up to 110.
I don't mind.
Okay. As you travel along the road, you encounter what seems to be a herd of goats being pasteurized or putting out to pasture. They kind of surround your group, and Clint just pauses to let them kind of get herded by. But you're stuck there for about 10 minutes as these goats kind of filter around you. Eventually, you do see the shepherd and the shepherd dog kind of guide these creatures away from you and into a field nearby to graze. Distantly, you do see a farm, so they probably came from that direction.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Goats are interesting.
But
I
they
was talking
make
about the dog, but okay.
fantastic cheese and milk. I know, I have one.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, goat's cheese.
goat cheese. Just think when this is all done and we get to go home and we get to check on that cheese wheel that's in our basement. Like,
Oh man.
anyway,
How long does it take for cheese to process like that?
we've been away a while, so it's fine. So yeah, no. So we're on a goat farm. Like, would you see like a goat farm on the side of the road? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's about a mile off
A mile off
from the road.
And what can I? Because I passed a dragon wall before, just because I train. Like, where are we like geographically located? Are we north of Cork? Are we southwest? Like,
You're
what's
right here.
Okay.
You are on the. You appeared on the cross point between the New Wall Pass, which is the long white road, and
Yep.
the Saviver Road, which is the red road that kind of intersects. So they kind
Okay,
of
so I have been on this road before.
Yeah, you've been on this road.
For like, this would be the road I would normally take to go from my house to probably.
Yeah, it is the
We've
main
traveled this as a
trade road.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We've traveled it as
have
well.
we seen this goat farm before?
No, not the party. You might have if you've
Okay.
gone up into Cork.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a staple of a goat farm because they produce some of the cheese around
Did I
the
buy
area.
my goat from here?
Possibly.
Okay.
But there are several goats
Yeah.
farms around where you live.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I mean, it's goat farm. Does anyone have any interest stopping by to pet goats?
No, I
Jen?
mean yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
We
The
shouldn't.
goats are out to pasture, so they wouldn't be
Yeah.
at the farm.
Okay, they're out to
Yeah.
pasture. Yeah.
Hey, Jen, a
Mhm.
quick reminder: where me and Or were situated, was that Dragonmore or was that Court?
Quark is
You
in
were down
Dragonborn.
here.
We're on the border.
You
Yeah.
were on the borders. You're in the country now.
Okay.
Your capture occurred on the border between New Wine and Dragonwall.
Okay. I wasn't 100% sure.
Go ahead.
So
I'm thinking if there's anything that we can grab like that might be of use on a farm.
I'm gonna.
Let's keep him walking. He's left
Yeah,
behind at
I'm,
this point.
I'm gonna
I'm
actually
not-
trot up to
yeah.
Clint to kind of like keep pace with him and be like, so I see that commercially things, because noting our goats, things. I guess the question is, since the invasion of the Shadowfell has happened onto Cork, has it changed the lives drastically of the people living here? Not necessarily in the city, but in, like, even here, like, you know, a simple goat herder.
Taxes have increased.
Mm.
There's more checks. New lords have been put into place.
Okay.
The usual things that come with a tyrant, I suppose.
Right.
these sorts of changes don't often affect the little people in drastic ways. If you know,
Well.
taxes and harassment maybe, but
Okay.
shifts in who's like they still need food.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Just making sure nobody's getting harassed here, out in their little slots of paradise and things like that. So.
Clint gives a bitter laugh. They are peasants. They'll always be harassed.
I mean, but that's also not okay.
No. But it is how things have become.
Right. Has it gotten worse, is what I'm asking.
Of course.
Okay. Great.
Your focus is the city, not one goat farm.
I know, I'm just trying to get perspective.
He nods. When we come
Well-
to the city, be alert, yes?
Of course.
He's got an eye out open, and I've always had an eye on the safety of the party. So
Well,
As
let's. Mhm.
you travel northwards, you start to see along the side of the road the grass turning from a lush green to a deeper, decayed state the
Mhm.
further north you go.
Ah.
Along the way, you see carcasses of animals, people,
Mm.
other creatures you can't quite identify. And the smell is horrible. The road is still maintained as it is a source of travel,
Mhm.
but the lands seem to have become ruined in the time of the attack and to now.
Oh, this is depressing.
Just little, yeah.
Distantly, you see the walled city of Cork. The proud castle, now broken. Still standing, but broken. The city itself seems to be draped in a miasma of sorts. You're not sure of what, but it's hard to see beyond a certain point. You can't even tell where the sea is when you look at the city. But as you approach, you come to a checkpoint.
Ah. We're gonna switch over to our map.
Down here. Map!
Our map.
Your map!
I love the fucking tokens.
Look.
Those are dope. So we're approaching down here.
Yes.
All right.
Gotta go classical sometimes, you know?
Sometimes,
I was about
yeah.
to say those are some Nosferatu looking dudes.
Bela Lugosi, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Christopher Lee, man.
Oh, is that Christopher Lee? I thought
I
it was.
think
It is,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Christopher
it looked
Lee.
a bit like Bela Lugosi. He's the one with he's got a slightly wider face than them.
Mm-hmm.
Another pink.
All right, then. So before we kind of like approach, just turn to the group and Clint. It's like, all right, so who's not gonna do the talking? And I raise my hand and I look over at Zev. Like,
I'll pipe up if need be.
all
But
right. All right, so we got that. Clint, are you? Do you travel through the gateway often? Like, will you be recognized? Is it okay if you get recognized?
They know me. Yes.
All right, and we are with him.
Yeah, we're with you. We're your attaché. Future
Am I
student
still-
prospects.
am I still in my spotted cow form?
Yeah, unless you change it.
Nope. I just don't want to get recognized.
Okay. So, you approach the gates, and as you do so, you don't see the Dampier. You don't see the white-haired guards that you encountered before, but instead you see a number of almost normal-looking people,
Mhm.
minus their pale skin. They would pass as humanoid.
Does this look familiar to me?
Roll a history check.
Okay. You know, because somebody just spent a long time in the Shadowfell, and like, I'm just trying to find my character sheet. Oh, there it is. I have so many things open. With the history, that would be a 16.
Yeah, you recognize vampires for what they are, Daphne.
Mm-hmm. Just straight up vampires. Okay.
Yes, just straight up vampires, and it makes sense now that you remember the miasma kind of coating over the city.
Gotcha.
They were clever enough to be guarded from the sun.
Okay. All right. So, vampires, and I just do a little.
Mm-hmm.
As I look at my friends. I got some crud on my teeth. Okay.
There's some quinoa in there.
Mm-hmm. High in protein.
Yeah, we'll
But
approach casually, like we're meant to be here. We have purpose
Yeah.
to be in there. Everything's casual.
Yeah, we'll kind of let Clint lead the way just because we're following his lead on this.
Yeah.
Where
I might start asking him like inane questions about the school, like
Mhm.
what the dorms like, how many people to share in a room, like how to just ask him
Jordan and I
questions
be
as we're approaching.
roommates. Like,
Uh,
it's co-op, right?
sure.
What were you saying, Zeb?
um I just wanted to ask, like, what's the plan?
Just
Are
walking
we
in.
trying to,
We're going into the school.
but like, are we gonna try to do it like,
If they stop us and ask us, we have a reason to be there. So,
okay,
We
but
are on
if
an
they don't stop us and ask
invitation
us,
from the headmaster.
yeah, we're going to the school. It's fine. All's good. All's good.
Like, only make it complicated if it gets complicated.
Yeah. I'll be casually strolling next to him, like I say, and just asking questions.
I'm just gonna put Mimsy in my bag. I'm not sure if anybody from the last time we were in the area recognizes Mimsy, but I don't want to take any chances.
Okay. As you approach, Clint just nods to your questions. He doesn't really answer them. He's digging in his bag, and he pulls out a rather thick folder. As he waits in line, kind of leafs through it, just nodding to your questions.
I'll have my paperwork at the ready in case I need to show official
He looks to you and
documentation.
says, "No, put that away for now.
Okay.
Only give it to him if they ask."
Yeah.
But he just kind of holds up the folder. What I was working on.
Can we look at it?
No, not right now.
Oh, okay.
But once we're in the tower, I will give you your profile, so to say.
Wonderful.
We're gonna be in a real wizard tower. I've never been in a functional one before. I'm excited.
You kind of stagger with the line as it moves forward in that jerky kind of one step, one step, one step. It's a very long line before you get to the front of the line, and Clint offers the folder to the vampire on his left. And they look through it, look to Clint, and they kind of exchange words back and forth quietly. It seems to be going on a bit long, and as Clint kind of gestures to you all, he gives a very charming smile, and the vampire looks to you, looks to the paperwork, then looks to Clint, handing back the folder and waves you through.
All right.
Yeah, just stroll right in.
Just stroll, just mosey on along. Like,
I can't believe I'm walking into a town of vampires looking like a freaking bluebell cow. The fair. Thanks, Daphne.
It's okay. They don't eat dairy, just blood.
So wait, are we moving into the city?
Mm-hmm.
Are we moving our tokens into the city?
Sure. Wherever he goes, we're going.
Yep.
Because I don't want to make an unnecessary move without,
As you move into the city, Clint kind of veers sharply off to the left and seems to be going through the more urbanized areas off the main roads. He pulls his hood back up once more and kind of ducks behind an alleyway, and he kind of waits for you all to gather with him.
Yep, absolutely.
Before I duck in the alleyway, can I take a quick look around the general area? What does the city look like? Does it look like does it look like I guess the best comparison real life would be, does it look like it could be New York City, or does it look
Cork
like it's just a simple
is
town?
Cork is a metropolis. Yes, it's a very big city. It's one of the bigger trading cities. It has its own school of magic. It has a very long line of kings and queens. It's one of the first cities that was established.
Okay. Um, just wanted to get a good glimpse of the area that I'm in, and I'll tuck into the alleyway.
Mm.
Follow Clint. Those face. A little confused as to why we're just ducking in an alley and hiding, but yeah.
He presses a finger to his lips as he looks around, looks through the roofs. You see him cast something over you,
Mm-hmm.
and you realize it's a tiny hut.
Ah.
As he starts writing on the wall very beautiful runes, and he seems to be making them in a particular pattern.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be there for a moment or so, but if you have any questions for him, you can ask him.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask what's going on.
Getting you into the school's magic.
Via
Gotcha.
teleportation, or
Via private door.
ooh,
Mm. So you're not
um,
seen going in the front entrance.
It's better to being seen at all.
hey,
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
that's clever.
Do you want us to keep watch while you do this?
The dome will hide us for a moment, and if they approach, we'll be gone.
Wonderful.
Um,
Let's do it then.
so we're not gonna need like a glamour or anything once we're in, are we?
Your glamours won't work in the school of magic. But sorry, I'm very protective of my students.
But your bow
No,
tie will stay.
Jeff will just glare at Daphne as she says that.
I understand the need for protection in a school, not only just in general, but certainly in current climate.
I gotcha.
Glamours I do not wish to hide through natures when I am surrounded by things that hide their true natures.
Absolutely.
Okay, but
Look
you do like understand the need for why I would need the glamour right now, right?
He pauses and looks to you. I do not.
He got arrested at the border.
He stops his writing on the wall.
I wasn't the only one.
He's the reason it happened.
No, it was 50-50.
What did Or do? Poor Or.
Or just existed. So I don't know.
That's very true. He was being Or.
I can work with that's fine. As he continues writing on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It was very 50-50. I just kind of contributed more than Or did. But it was still 50-50.
Okay, honey, you tell yourself what you need to in order to make you feel better about what happened.
Whatever happens, just make sure you stick to it. As he presses his hand to the wall, and you see an archway kind of glow and shimmer into space, into existence before you. And on the other side, you see a very nice round room made up of rich red wood furniture, a fireplace, books, a kind of tiered kind of balcony, living space neatly positioned before you. You do see a grand kind of rose windowed, glass stained window kind of facing all of you. And he's like, and you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
And I go.
I guess we're doing this.
And I go.
Yep. Follow.
You step in, and the air's instantly warmer of comfort around you. And as you all step through, the archway closes behind you as Clint tucks away his magic chalk. And he takes the satchel off, and your glamours do shake and shimmer as they kind of dispel as you walk through a dispelled magic zone, it seems. Or
I immediately rip off that bow. Just toss it to the ground and
Oh. We didn't need to stand up. That's still her property, Seth.
Wow. Okay.
You
Well,
didn't need
see
to.
if I ever give you like a fashionable gift ever again.
That wasn't fashion. Oh, we'll talk about this later.
No, I don't think there's anything to talk about. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. Let's figure out where we're going.
Right, we're in the school now, right? All right.
And
Yeah.
you can look out, and there's windows on all sides of you, looking out on the city proper itself. You're kind of on a like hill space, kind of situated on a kind of rise that lets you look over the town and up at the castle itself. And you realize this position where you are allows you to observe many things going on in the city. And you can see the seaport, you can see the castle, you can see the very tiered layout of the city itself, and the beautiful markets, at least you assumed they were once beautiful, kind of lying before you. And very distantly, you do see the crater of where the dragon fell.
The red dragon, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to Clint, and it's like, so did the dragon lose? Is it gone? Is it dead? What happened to it?
I wish I knew.
Huh.
Unfortunately, my information is not as good in that regard. Nobody seems to know.
Has anyone tried to contact it?
The only person that could is the king. And he's away.
Right, for good reason.
There was a location you wanted us to go and visit, correct? Near to
He
the castle?
nods and kind of lays out the city map in front of you and marks it on the map for you. I want you to go here. It's an easy way to get into the castle.
Okay. All right.
Is the area that he marked underwater?
You're not sure. He just marked the coast.
Yeah.
Just some, for me, out of character, real quick. We were in the castle before in a fight that we could not win. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Beltane came and rescued us because I nearly died. I went,
Yeah,
help
we were
me!
all very close to dying, and yeah,
Yeah.
we were all very... Okay. Alright,
I mean, if it's something related to the water, I can handle it. I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Clint
Well,
pauses.
what I mean is like I can like if we need to do something related to like going underwater.
Do you have
It's
freezing
not.
water?
It's not underwater. It's in a cave.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you mentioned.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So, what is our goal with being there? That's what I just like. What you want us to be there, but what is it that we need to do for you?
I was hoping to ask you to be the eyes and ears of your rebellion. To get into the castle to see what the layout is, what we can do, how we can position people, how we can get more people in, and if possible, take out the very person who has hold of the city.
Okay.
Once he's gone, the vampires should go.
Alright, so we're on recon. Gotcha.
It is a loss to ask, and you can leave. I will not be that of the leaders of your world. I don't care if you're cowardly or not. This is your choice.
Yay! That's not where I was going with this. I was just wanting to know what.
No, I understand. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, that just.
But you should have choice.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, we came here by choice, so of course. So what we're saying is it's a recon mission. Like we're figuring out how to get stuff in. Okay.
Do we have no, Daphne? I know you can do the ethereal thing to
Mm-hmm.
go between places. I uh my familiar can go invisible, which may be useful.
I can.
What
Excuse
can
me.
Mimsy
I need
do?
some more coffee. I also have the ability to polymorph, disguise self. I can
Dimension door.
also dimension door. I can also go invisible. Um,
Mm,
like I didn't prepare a lot of those spells today, so we might have to
mm.
wait until we
Well,
rest
yeah.
up.
I've
But
got invisibility. It could be useful to send in a familiar that's invisible because if he gets like killed,
mm-hmm.
he can just be resummoned. If one of us gets killed, harder to
Right.
come back from that.
Well, I definitely have the ability. I think I'm the only one here that can revive people. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
make sure
Yeah.
I don't die, so that if you die,
All right. All my
uh,
cure wins are for you.
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here's the thought. Um, Mimsy has limited telepathy.
All familiars do.
Huh?
I think all familiars do. Well,
Mhm.
most familiars. If it's part of the chain, they should all have.
Mimsy also has magic resistance, so he can't be. It'll be harder to like kill him by magical means.
Can he be seen?
Um, I don't
I
see
know that
anything.
imps can go invisible. I've got a sprite who can go invisible.
Yeah, Mimsy's a pseudo dragon, so no, he can't go invisible.
Okay, he can fly.
But like,
There's
if
several
if
modes of.
if Daphne has the means to turn him invisible,
Yeah, I can turn him invisible. I can actually cast greater invisibility. It doesn't last as long, but I can put it on more people if we just need a quick in and out kind of thing. But
yeah,
I can
that's what I
also
was thinking.
yeah.
We can send Mimsy in quick in and out, and I can, and since I have
Right. Well, I would
telepathy
just
with
do an
him.
invisibility spell. I wouldn't do a greater invisibility. I need a jacket. I'm fucking freezing right now. I don't know what it is. Like if the temperature outside, it's getting colder. Like January, February is like really cold out here, so I just need a jacket. I'll be right back.
Um, Jen, I don't know how this is described in the player's handbook. The wings of flying, that's essentially a cloak, right?
I think so.
Would I be able to unattune from that and give it to Daphne?
Yeah, any item you attune to can be unattuned unless it's cursed. Then somebody has to do it for you.
I don't think my wings are cursed. I'd be really surprised if they were. Um, yeah, I think I can give my wings of flying to Daphne
She can move
if
through
it'll
walls
keep her
when
warm.
she chooses to. Yeah, oh, no, I think it's Val that needs a jacket.
Oh, it's Val that needs a jacket.
Val's cold. Yeah, she's gone to get her jacket.
Oh, I just saw the Zoom chat. My bad.
No, it's okay. All right. Well, we have a few spells for all of us to do a bit of the old recon. I think using both familiars would be useful. If invisibility is something that you can cast on a familiar, do we know that, Jen? Because they're like fey beings. Because it says creature, which implies
Technically-
it's alive.
Yeah, technically, familiars aren't alive.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm willing to say you can do it.
Because if we can have both of them be invisible, it just halves the amount of time it takes to scout areas.
I
Send
just
them in
don't
different directions.
I didn't take invisibility as a spell, so
Oh, I both me and Daphne have it though, so we can cast it on him. And we can cast it at higher levels, which means we can do it to multiple people.
gotcha.
So we'll cover that if we need it.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, if anything, if we need some reconnaissance from the sky, me and Or can handle that. Sure.
Yeah.
Although a giant minotaur flying through the sky might raise some suspicion.
Well, yeah. The reason I was suggesting that our familiars do is that they have sentries that are shooting things. Like if they are able to see things that are invisible and they try to shoot them out of the sky, it's better that it's our familiars that are shot down rather than us.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So
So
that they're I mean, bless not my wee lad, but they are expendable. Because they can be resummoned.
So
It gives you a very dignified look.
I can resummon you. It's momentary. I know it's unpleasant, but you know.
same Mimsy, calm. It is a little animal cruelty.
This is what like Daphne's gonna ask. She's gonna be like you can, but don't I don't know. Familiars get a little salty about that and just refuse. I can't.
Well,
Is that a thing that can happen?
If they get salty enough, yeah, familiars can.
In an
Nobody
ideal
refuse
world,
to come when called.
But Mimsy knows that I mean well. So okay, Jorah, here's the thing. If you want to try to go into the castle, I can have Mimsy take the air and just scout the
No,
outside.
both of our familiars can do that though, because we can cover
Yeah.
more area because they can fly
Yeah.
and they're invisible. So and we can both.
Oh, I
see
thought
through
we were
their
going to have
eyes.
somebody go inside.
We're
the castle.
going into the cave, but if we're wanting to just scope out exterior or courtyards, we can do that before we go into the cave. That can be the first thing we do.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
So the first thing we do is just check bird's eye view because we can see through the sensors, so we don't even have to be near the building.
Mhm.
Just to get an idea of what's going on, what sort of guards they've got up, like how many there are, the nature of them, like if there's specific types of creatures. That isn't going to help us for the internal, but we can at least do a bit on the external and then go in through the cave.
Now we
Right.
can do that tonight, just the external at first. But remember, greater invisibility only lasts a minute. Just whereas I can do it on multiple people, but I think it only lasts a minute if I'm not mistaken. I do have that prepared. So if that's something, if we wanted to do a quick outer scout, my suggestion.
Greater invisibility lasts until an hour, I think, actually.
Greater
Invisibility is an hour. Greater visibility, I think, is also
up to 1 minute.
So invisibility is an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's it.
Question, Jorah. What's the range on your telepathy with your?
there is no limit.
For me, it's 100 feet.
Yeah, it's the, as long as it's this plane, I think. As soon as they leave this plane, it drops. So I've sent familiars in before going through something that effectively crosses plane boundaries because it's like a portal thing, and then you lose communication. But
oh wait, that's right. I got the Pact of the Chain. So
yeah.
Voice of the Chain, Master. You can communicate in plane of existence. Additionally, while perceiving through your familiar senses, you can speak through your. Okay, so I wouldn't even need to use Mimsy's built-in telepathy. Good to know.
So my suggestion is that we do a stake out of the entrance about the same time that we want to go inside. So if there's any sort of guard postings or anyone going in and out, usually it would be the same every day. So we can do a stakeout tonight for when we want to go in tomorrow night and sort of look at and see what kind of movement is going on, because you don't need to do it the entire time. You just need to do it the time that you plan on going for the next day, give or take an hour or so.
Can I look to Salvatore? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Clint.
Can I look to Clint? And Clint, what do you suggest?
He looks up from the tea he's prepped for himself and for all of you.
Oh, thanks.
It's peach. I hope you don't mind.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
peach tea.
You're the best, Clint.
Thanks, Clint. I appreciate it.
I suggest what you've been doing, what you've been discussing.
But like,
There is higher chance of a different guard up at the castle, but you should be all right.
okay.
Yeah,
I was
think.
thinking you might have like a specific way you'd want us to go about it.
This is not my choice. I'm not doing the mission.
That's fair.
I simply brought you here at the request of the king.
Well, if it's the request of the king, why are we scoping out the castle?
He's
It
not
is
in the
his castle.
It's been taken over. There was
I misunderstood. My bad.
Shadow Dragon, vampires, like the people who used to run the city before it became
Are asking for our help.
what it is now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're just trying to hopefully lead a revolution, but in order to do the revolution, we need to understand the inner workings of the castle. So we are the Recce crew.
So you want to lead a revolution?
Yes.
Okay, so fine. I think scoping out. We can maybe even try to get a view of the entrance, like us. For perhaps Daphne, you can keep an eye on it using your eyes, and then we can be seeing through the senses because I can't see anything. I go blind when I look through his eyes, but we can scope out closer, any entrance exits, type of guard we can see if there's courtyards, because I think we were fighting in a courtyard initially when those shadowy things and everything. All that.
Yeah, you got to the courtyard, but you never breached into the castle. So
So
I guess it's called a cloister. I guess an open cloister kind of area.
And then if we're running out of the hour, Mimsy can come back because he'll only be invisible for the hour. I can then send my guy further down to at least scope out the entrance of this cave, just to get us a bit of a lay of the land before we physically go there. So our scoping the castle, and then a little scope of the cave. Daphne can have eyes if we can get somewhere. Clint, can we see that from where we are? I know we're a bit far away, but we have a good view of the city up here.
You can see the castle, but you can't make out fine details.
Like a thing. Telescope.
He
Clint,
thinks from
you got a telescope? You got any astronomers in this school?
Astronomers in the academy. We're two separate schools. I respect their mathematical prowess, don't get me wrong, but they don't fall under the schools of magic.
Okay. Well, there isn't really a safe space to go and camp out and get eyes to just stake out the entrance to this castle, is there?
Anybody have passed without a trace?
I wouldn't feel safe, especially with the two of us going blind. We'd have to be camped up somewhere where we're not seen. So a telescope would maybe work, but other than that,
I mean,
what?
I mean,
what?
It's you can see Daphne is kind of starting to hyperventilate just a little bit at the thought of it.
Words, girl. Use your words.
If the cave is on the beach.
Yes, the cave is on the beach.
We can always just get on a boat.
He just looks at you, then to on you.
Zev just light his eyes. His eyes just light up with joy.
She's got a water phobia.
I died drowning.
Open water. Yeah.
It's on the beach, not in the water.
Right, just you don't want to be sitting right on the front on the beach. And what I was saying is that, like, since we don't have a safe place to camp, we can instead row a boat out off the coast. and camp on the boat.
I could cast water breathing on us and
I
it'll
don't
last
think
for 24
that'll-
hours.
It's not the drowning.
It'll-
The sight of the phobia is usually enough.
I mean,
You
I
know.
have water walk for a reason. Like,
But how long does water walk last? An hour?
it's enough to keep me from drowning.
I don't want to
Until you
make
can't
that level of uncomfortable.
Me
Given
neither,
that
but
Especially
um,
since I'll be there by myself. But I mean,
yeah.
if
well,
that's
no.
happening-
If you're gonna go out on the water, I'm going with you.
Well,
Oh, no,
obviously,
we'll
but
be
you're gonna be
blindfolded.
blind going inside there, and I have to babysit y'all. That's the whole point of camping out.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to be top of our game. You especially will need to be on top of your game while we are incapacitated. So
Cool.
I
So we
think-
won't go on a boat. I was just gonna make the suggestion. See?
No, we're okay.
Okay.
We're alright.
Like we can when we dismiss the idea of a boat, you see Zev's kind of face kind of just fall. He was really excited.
You're more than welcome to go out on a boat if you want to. I just don't want one of our members to have the frightened condition the entire time we're out there.
I'm
Um,
aware.
We,
Could
I think,
make a charisma chaw.
yeah.
Roll for PTSD. Like, oh man. Okay.
Okay, we'll be fine from where we are. We can,
Okay.
We'll do
Da-
the
Daphne,
scoping.
you're looking a little chilly. Are you sure you're okay?
No. Okay. So we're moving on. I tried.
Well, I just wanted to offer my cloak if you need it.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay.
Now that now that we've decided that I'm not getting on a boat, it's cool.
Right. We'll at least stay in a room here if that is available, but where we can at least see the castle, if that's okay.
It will be part of the student dorms, I'm afraid.
Anybody got a farsight? Got a farsight potion or spell? Something along
I mean,
those
this is a
lines?
wizard school.
Yeah.
And I will remind you, we're not under my guidance anymore. We're under
Sure.
the guidance of our new headmaster.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Yeah, we're not gonna find allies helping us do this in here,
Mhm.
other than the illustrious Mr. Salvatore. Well, I don't mind being in the student dorms if it means we can just have eyes on the building. We're not going to be able to make out fine detail, but while we're scoping, it would be good for Daphne to at least have just a visible check on the building.
Yep. Okay. Sounds like a plan. So, am I out of characterly, am I going to be turning your guys invisible?
My one can do that naturally.
Okay.
You'd be turning Mimsy invisible. You can't do it.
Okay, so again, greater invisibility. Let's just look at the spell that is prepared, because they are concentration spells. So unless I have like twin spell, I can't do it on both of you. But here's the spell right here. Just a creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. So greater invisibility is 1 minute and 1 creature. It's not 2 creatures. So sorry about that.
No, we only need one.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, for Mimsy.
invisibility on Mimsy. My guy can. It's an
Gotcha. If
racial trait
that's
of
the case, retcon GM, am I just allowed to unprepare greater visibility for invisibility? It's for timing's sake.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we don't have to wait a day to do this. All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then that way you have it for an hour, so it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I can do that.
So our of the pair of them doing the castle to get as much as we can from the castle. Do like bird's eye view, entrances, exits, what kind of guards, but keeping enough of a distance so that they can see what's going on without being detectable. Hope, fingers crossed.
If Mimsy can spot like an open window or anything like that looks like an opening for like a bird to perch on or something like that, he'll get close enough where he can look into it, but not close enough where he might
Sure,
force
he's the one on the
detection.
time. Yeah, he's on a time crunch. So I figure after the hour of the castle, I can send Lorcan down to check out the cave entrance. because it's a little further away, just so we can see where we're going, how we're getting there, what it looks like on the inside, in case there is people there. So that we can gather as much information as we can today, like tonight, and then tomorrow we can go in.
Yeah, sounds like
Because
a
we're
plan.
just scoping. Yeah, they're gonna get caught if we try to put them inside that building.
Well, no, I wasn't gonna send him inside the building. I just wanted him to look through like a window and see what he can see.
Well, I will. So where are we doing this from?
Here. A
Here?
window here.
All right. Well, you just tell me when you're ready, and I will boop Mipsy and make him invisible.
You know what's really cute about Larkin? Larkin, can I tell them what's really cute about you?
Larkin goes, go on.
He's got this cool ability called Heart Sight, where he touches you and he can tell your emotional state. It's cool, isn't it?
Mimsy, why can't you do that?
Well, he's got other cool abilities. I mean, look at him.
Yeah, he's my special little fairy. I love him.
Alright, guys, just a little fairy. A fairy for the fairy. Right, are we ready to go, Larkin?
Larkin sits up and bows to you and turns invisible.
No. I want you to come back here safe, well, healthy, happy, whole. So be careful, be cautious. Just be close enough for you to be able to see the building itself. I will be looking through your eyes while you are doing this. If I need you to change course, I will let you know.
Okie dokie.
And if it looks real dangerous, just get out of there.
Okay.
Alright.
So he's off. Mimsy's off. All right.
Sit down, lotus position, and then just eyes roll back white as I look through his eyes.
I will also do the same.
And I have cast invisibility on Mimsy before it leaves. You got an hour. Then I'm just gonna I'm gonna babysit you guys while I drink tea with Clint and get to know him.
You boop Mimsy on the nose. He goes.
Feed me tea, Daphne. I say I can't see anything, and I can't hear you if you're replying to me. But I'm like,
I'm gonna like pat your shoulder and hold the cup to your lips. I'm gonna like Helen Keller this for you.
Before we get started, like after she turns Mimsy invisible, I wanted to ask Daphne if she would mind cooking something.
I don't.
Clint will shake his head. I will have food brought up.
There you go.
Fair enough.
I'm kind of busy. I can't babysit and cook at the same time.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
We scouting.
Way you go, little one, little scouts.
Off to the prospective places.
Yeah.
Roll perception via Mimsy and Lorcan.
Yep.
For Mimsy, he gets advantage on this because it's a perception check relying on sight, hearing, and smell. Correct?
If that's what it says.
15.
Okay. 1 second, my internet went unstable.
It's okay. Mine has been dipping as well.
Yeah, it's been weird the past few days. All right, 15 and 17. So Lorcan's going to the cave.
Well, he's gonna help do the castle and then go to the cave
First,
after the hour is up. Yeah.
Okay.
So he can just stay as long as he can. So, we're talking battlements, to see how many and what sort of defense they may have up there. He can do that.
Yeah, Mimsy will look and try to get a number on how many might be stationed at any point that he can see, along with everything else.
Oh, I think her internet's dipped again. Right, wait.
There we go.
Hey.
Amazing. So between Mimsy and Lorcan, you are able to gather that the battlements are armed heavily. There is a number of guards present that suggests that a direct siege on the castle would be unadvisable. Um, there are a number of guards on the grounds in colsters, open courtyards that you can see. So they've kitted it out to be a point of protection for whatever is inside. It seems a captured city is going to remain captured until suggested otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a specific number of guards stationed to a specific to like each battlement, or are they just scattered?
They're scattered.
What is the nature of these guards? Are we just talking your average humanoid in armor, or is there a type of creature?
You can't tell. They're clothed. They're armored up from head to toe. They have masks over their face.
So like there's
It's
gargoyles up there.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't see any gargoyles initially until Lurkin rounds a corner and he sees one kind of shift and settle back down, yawn, and relax.
Okay. So gargoyles. Okay.
It looks to be a dog, this particular one.
Cool.
It's rather cute.
Oh, I want one. Jordan will say that aloud while he's.
I will state for player references, gargoyles aren't evil in this world. They're just a neutral creature. They're not the D&D stat evil. They're D&D stat neutral in this world.
Okay. I didn't even know that gargoyles came in other forms outside of imp.
They come in many forms.
So Jordan, say aloud, blind, deaf, being fed tea. I want one.
But the guards are purposely disguised in a way you can't tell what they are.
Right.
No. Does it look like the guards are trying to protect themselves from something, or like does it look like a visor like that could protect them from sunlight?
They don't need to. There is a miasma over the city protecting them from sunlight. But they are kitted out to the point you just can't tell what they are.
Ew. So I guess it's sunlight spell.
Courtyard and like entrance exits that I have been flying past. Is there an area of the castle that seems to be the most protected? Because I'm aware that what we were eventually leading up to was the main part of the castle with like a great hall and the main, like, does that look like it is locked down?
Yeah, the main hall, the main entrances, and any other entrances you come across with that 17 look heavily guarded. Like, they're ready, and you do see a number of ballistas armed on the battlements. So they're ready for both air and land strikes.
Yeah, it makes sense. When you've taken over a castle, like in history, you arm for heavy defense.
Yeah, you fortify as soon as you capture.
This is the Germans on their front. They've dug deep with their trenches, and okay. All right.
From where we're situated in the air, can we see what type of weapons these guys are carrying? The guards, I mean.
It varies. It ranges from swords to axes to spears to bows and arrows to mortar and pestle sort of thing. Like they have everything at their disposal.
Holy shit, they're packing.
If naturally speaking, with the layout of this building, if we're imagining floor plans, and usually towards the back you have the big windows or whatever of like a great hall, or a central part of the castle.
Yeah.
Where the great hall, or where the heart, if you will. Is it possible to try and spy into that place specifically? Not necessarily landing on the windowsill. Really don't want touching the building, like hovering and just if it's possible, like
the hover, in that general area.
He's Tinkerbelling it.
Yeah. I would say make a perception at disadvantage, as all these windows are stained glass and it's hard to see through stained glass windows.
So for me, it'd be a normal roll.
Yes.
Ooh, that's 7.
Perception.
Okay.
23. Off of a natural 20.
For you, Lorcan is having trouble mostly because there's just too much. He's found a thicker part of the stained glass area.
It's all
So he
warped.
can't- Yeah, it's all warped and waved in a way that makes it very hard to see in words. For Mimsy, they can spot bits of light, bits of movement down because you're kind of up. The windows are up. They're not made to be open. They're purely decoration.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all he can see. They can see.
Looks like there's light. Because like I'll say out loud because Larkin's right there with me. Excuse me, I got a cookie in my mouth. I see what you're doing, and I know that like he can't hear me, and I'll just let them know that there's light and that I'll just say, Daphne, remember this. There's light in that behind that window.
I was muted. Daphne's gonna write it down.
All right. Okay.
In the time that we used to scout out that area, there doesn't look to be anybody like leaving or entering the castle that doesn't look like a guard, is there?
Not initially.
Not initially?
Yeah, your roll's not high enough to perceive if people are going in or out.
It's a very large complex, I imagine, as well. Do we? How long has it been? Are we close to the
You're
hour?
bordering on 45 minutes at this point.
Eek. Okay. Larkin, give Mimsy the thumbs up that it's time. And then I'll scoot off to go and check out this cave.
Mimsy will fly back towards me as stealthily as he can.
Okay.
And I'll come out of my my trance. So that was yeah, they're armed to the teeth. They are armed to the teeth, like they're ready for a fucking fight. I think that's an understatement. Like they're prepared for like any like aerial assault, anything like.
I mean, there's a dragon.
They're prepared for anything.
Grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
You so you heard me say, Daphne, remember this, there's a light through a window. So me and me and Larkin, or Mimsy and Larkin, found a like a grand hall type window, and I don't know if Larkin was able to see, but it looked like Mimsy caught the sight of a light. I can't remember in short-term memory, Jen. I can't remember if you said like there was movement behind that window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's movement behind that window. I couldn't particularly tell if it was like a grand hall type deal, but like the window was like really grand. It was purely decorative, so it must have been in like a hall of some sort.
Make a history check. Or an intelligence check, as they are bits. Yeah, as this is a memory thing, as you're recalling.
Larkin went to go check out the cape. So
You didn't get into this castle proper, so from what you understand historically, could have been a main hall or could have been a chaplaincy. or it could have been a number of things that regard a window status like this. It would have been flushed with the ground floor, but it's a very tall building, so that's why.
How tall was the window?
The window itself was only about 3 foot tall, but it stood off the ground about 12 foot.
Or like
Yeah.
high windows of a ground. If you think of a church window, they're not ground level; they're like up high.
Yeah, they're staggered upwards, so they're not to be broken.
Yeah, it lets light in. It is not a vantage point to climb into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Also,
purely
they have
decorative, not functional.
I'm been muted that whole time. I would like to say that the Assassin's Creed franchise has something to say about that. For those of you guys who didn't hear, because I forgot to unmute my mic on OBS so that there wouldn't be clicky clacky typing noise. I was just asking details about the windows. I made an intelligence check to see if I knew where that window was. Yeah, don't know shit. It's fine.
and now we owe royalty to Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
they do a lot of great mapping.
Yeah. I guess we're just. I'll kind of look over at Clint and ask Clint. And what side of the
the building was that window?
like the north, south, east, or west side this window was on?
It was
Jorah?
facing more towards the sea, so it was facing more towards the north.
The
I would
north?
say northeast,
And it
northeast
was-
direction.
And was it the only window like that on that side?
No, it was, I would say, staggered and
Okay.
strips.
Okay.
Yeah, Mimsy
I'll-
just looked through the one window and just kind of got the light.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll look over at Clint and ask him on, the north side, facing the water. What before this all happened? What would have been on that side of the castle?
He thinks back for a moment and says, I believe that would be the upper chaplaincy where the priests stayed.
Gotcha. Cool. Chaplain. Got it.
cut back to Jorah.
I mean, if the DM wants to cut back to Jorah.
No, I was thinking I was saying in character, cut back to Jorah, because Larkin also found a gargoyle, it seems.
You wouldn't know that.
Oh, I wouldn't. Mimsy wasn't
I'm still
Mimsy
chilling.
didn't see that.
Okay, never mind. Word garble.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, here's some tea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm. But Lorcan can roll as he flies along the beach. Perception.
Oh, 11.
11. It takes him a while. He actually passes by it and has to turn around. But he finds it, and it is what looks to be a 3-foot cave entrance, very jaggedly kind of procured into the side of this wall. And as he's looking, he does see 2 people step out, and they look to be Dampier. And as he continues to watch, you see another person step out. White sideburn hair, dark, kind of curled in the front. Hair kind of has that nice salt and pepper fade. Beard, looks kind of tired overall. You would discern this as a vampire, not a Dampier.
Okay. All right. Ugh.
But they seem to be holding a medical bag in their hand, arguing with the Dampier.
Can I attempt to go above them, not directly at them, but try to go above them, closer to the actual top of the cave, the actual cliff itself, and try to listen?
Roll perception.
Okay. just gonna speak in his head and be like, "You're doing great. You're doing your best work, and I appreciate you."
What did you roll?
12.
12. He's invisible. Okay. He gets fairly close, and he kind of gets near the cave entrance, and as he kind of goes to sit back against the rock, he kind of falls through, and you and him both realize he just fell through either an illusionary wall of some sort or illusionary terrain.
Oh. Okay. Do they seem to notice him?
They don't seem to notice him because they're too busy arguing amongst themselves.
Okay,
And
so there's like
he's
some sort
invisible.
of illusory. Okay.
Yeah. But he kind of, Lorcan scrambles back out and just kind of brushes himself off in a very huffy manner, upset that he was tricked by an illusion for a moment.
Oh,
But
baby.
he listens in, and you hear the vampire say, "Unless you want the dragon to die, you will let me do what I need to do." And the Damphir just seem to argue with him about this dragon, about what he's doing. And with a huff, the vampire leaves, says no more about it. But he walks away. He's a rather tall, thin-looking man, but he pulls a cloak over his shoulders, and he looks annoyed, if anything.
Okay. Okay. The illusory landscape. What is the nature of it? Is it making the cave like? Is the cave actually bigger than it looks? Smaller than it looks? Is it? What has it done to the landscape?
Bigger than it looks.
So the cave's bigger than it looks. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Can I then, if I've disrupted it, can I try to get him to like move his way down to go along the, like if you imagine the actual cave itself, to go along the top of the cave?
Yeah.
To try and get in, because I can pop him back into a pocket dimension if I panic and I don't want him to die. So I'm gonna try.
He can scramble across the top of the cave easily enough.
Easily, but we.
Yeah, he does so. Does Lorcan have dark vision?
He don't. Nope.
And he won't
Is it
be
real
able
dark?
to see inside. Yeah.
It's real dark. Okay, I'll just tell him to come back. You're good. You're good. You're good. All right. You know what? I'm not gonna make you fly all the way back to shoot them. So good. And I'm gonna pop him out and then pop him back in to the room so that he doesn't have to fly back.
He just sits down and sits into your teacup and just kind of splashes around in it.
Okay, you've earned that. Woo, guys! Oh my gosh. Plot twist. Okay.
What?
Right. First things first. Shit ton of guards. There's gargoyles. There's one that looks like a dog. It looks adorable.
Is that what you
Want
wanted?
it? Yeah.
Okay.
I want it if we can. Shit ton of guards. Entrances and exits definitely guarding the main central part of it. They've dug in deep for a defense. Went to scope out cave. Some Damphirs came out of it, and then a vampire came out of it holding a medical bag, and then they were arguing about it says, unless you want the dragon to die, you have to let me do what I have to or what I can't. Like, yeah, so the fucking dragon's in there. It's her. I'm assuming it's her.
It has to be, because like they wouldn't worry about that about a Draco Lich.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
Dragon?
And then yeah.
Wait,
well,
is it the dragon or the Draco Lich?
No,
It's
the dragon.
definitely the dragon, because they wouldn't be worried about the Draco Lich die because it's already dead.
Yeah. So Lorcan went to like go and like attach to the top of the cave to listen, and when he did, there's illusory magic there. So the cave entrance is actually bigger than it looks, probably to fit the motherfucking dragon into it.
Huh.
Wait, the actual cave is bigger or the illusion?
Yeah. So the cave
bigger?
looks like this. The illusion is making it look like it's like this. Cave's actually like this because there's a fucking dragon in there. It's a dragon.
And that's
it must
the cave
be her.
And that's the cave where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, Clint. First of all, she's lovely, thanks. The dragon in the cave. I think it's her. Vampire. Vampire was trying to help it.
He looks concerned, but he writes something down and nods. She could be alive.
So it seems that way. Why would they be trying to keep her alive? Is she tied to like something to do with the city beyond the obvious?
The contracts and the magic between the city and her might be what's keeping it alive.
Ah, so that she must be useful to them.
Perhaps, but I do not know the contract details itself. The king might, but even then, the archives would hold a better clue.
Well, we can communicate with the king. We've met him before. And perhaps, do you think it would be wise to let him know that she's alive?
The king is not you can't.
Oh, he's yeah, not available.
Unfortunately,
Okay. Do you think it would be useful letting anybody else know? Perhaps the King's Guild, or should we just go for it?
I think keeping it a secret would be better.
Okay. Well, I'm
We
sorry
don't
to
know how
trouble
many
you.
spies are amongst
Yeah,
your people.
I
true.
think
Well,
I
that's
think
true.
we should
Well,
let
what if
Belty.
you're a spy?
And then I would have killed you as soon as you've entered my tower.
Well, less we're useful to you. I don't mind. We're just, it's one of those like, don't trust anyone kind of mindsets where like people agree that you shouldn't trust anyone. Not that I'm suggesting you personally are untrustworthy. Uh,
So wait, and if I'm understanding this correctly, the dragon is tied to the city by a contract.
Contractually.
Is
And
there a
Maybe the dragon might be letting people live here because of a contract, or because she. The mythos that because I remember rolling through this a long time ago before this city fell
Hmm.
about stories I might have heard as a traveling bard about the dragon,
mhm,
and she she's like a protector of the city, not necessarily of like the people. It's not like it's her city, but like she has a connection to guarding the place in a way.
mhm. Yeah.
So, this we know. Well, they're trying to keep her alive, or at least that vampire is, because the vampires were arguing about it. They sounded really pissed off with each other.
so what's gonna happen if we go into the cave and we see a pissed off dragon?
Let know we're allies. Heal her. If for all we know, the keeping her alive is purely just that. Not keeping her healthy and well and comfortable. It's maybe just enough to stop her from dying.
What happens if she dies?
Ugh.
Clint?
He don't
I
know.
don't know. Why
Yeah,
would
we
I
don't.
know? I am a simple magic user, not a keeper of dragons.
Do we know her name?
Nobody knows, I'm afraid.
We may get a chance to ask.
I have a weird question outside of the dragon. Does anybody know if vampires have true sight?
Most likely.
Always better to assume they do,
Hmm.
but I feel like vampire lords, yes. Vampires probably not. But
That
we
vampire that wanted to
mm,
save the dragon, that was concerned about her. I wonder if he's got some information we can use.
ho ho ho. Maybe we could well,
Are we sure that we can trust any information we get out of them?
if he wants to keep her alive, I feel like he may be in tensions with whoever it is on the side of the Dampiers. The problem is, we don't know the person that is leading this
Hmm.
place currently, our new leader, Carmine, uh, whether they are on the side of the vampire or whether they are on the side of the Dampiers. Like, which side of that argument are they
Hmm.
falling on? Because it could be people, these vampires could just be pissed off that they're having to try and like look after a dragon, or telling him nobody's meant to be in here, but we don't know what sides this person falls on.
It sounds like we need to find some gossip then.
I love finding gossip.
I can help with that. I can scope out and see what the tea is.
We all can.
Jen, a reminder. What was the name? What was the name of the one dude that caught me and Or at the border?
His name, I think, Alistair. Yes, Alistair.
Yeah, what's your idea?
Sure, I have a pretty crazy idea.
Well, at least you're expressing it first before just acting. What is it?
We're very proud of your growth.
Yeah. What is
I have
it?
a
Go for
crazy
it.
idea.
Shoot.
I have a crazy idea. Oh, that's growth. I think. Okay, so the guy that put me and Orn in jail, his name was Alistair, the border patrol guy over from New Line.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't seem like the most unreasonable individual. He just seemed a little. He just seemed a little. He seemed a little.
Because they were trying to get
Prisley,
shit out of you.
Prisley, I think is the word.
Right.
I think you might be able to get some outside source information on Carmine from him if
He's at the border though. We're in.
He's a guard. And like
I think
he'll feel like he's not being unreasonable because he was trying to get something out of you. And if
what I mean is like if we can offer him something,
then he will immediately grass us in. Immediately. He's like one of the
we don't have to
things.
We don't have to tell him where we're at, but
you want to send to him and just start interrogating him about the leader, probably somebody.
Interrogating is a strong word.
Serving.
Interrogating is a very, very strong, not accurate word.
I feel like when you are someone who is a servant to the person who is a tyrannical leader of a place, and we try to approach one of the lackeys of this tyrant, they're not gonna. We are entirely that would alert them to our presence so fast.
Jen, and this is out of character for Zev. When me and Or were in jail and we were getting like grilled down by Alistair and his posse, he didn't really seem like it didn't really seem like he was trying to find the right word, like too interested in the politics of it all, right? He wanted the information and he just wanted to be done with it.
He was interested in what you were going to give to him because he is a guard of this place. He serves his master, and that's it. So him getting information out of you was his interest.
It's like when the Nazis were trying to gather all of the cool, like, historical artifacts, forbidden knowledge, for secrets of the enemy, and they were gathering it all up to feed to the top. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on there.
Yeah, Alistair he serves the top, and he has no other interest.
Okay, I thought he was more like out for himself, not like,
No, unfortunately, Damphirs do not have that freedom.
So,
sorry, I hope you understand my mindset.
Sure.
We should be looking for creative means to get what we want. Sure.
My
Creativity, maybe.
suggestion. So which direction did this vampire go?
He'd been heading back, like,
Yeah.
if you excuse...
Towards the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, sorry, that's a green arrow, but like that
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
So I was just thinking, what if we found him, see where he's unwinding after not being able to go hear this dragon, like if he's in a public place or a bar, and possibly eavesdrop, maybe more covert gossip. I was thinking of looking for. We're, after all, just students here. We would go to pubs around.
Yeah, finding him might be tricky now that we don't have eyes on him, because if he's gone into the castle, if we happen upon him, fab. I feel like actively going about places to try and find him may prove a little tricky.
True.
If he's going in with a medical bag, it suggests to me he is perhaps working for. I mean, he's maybe like the court physician kind of position.
He might be one of those hardline doctors that don't drink at all.
Yeah. He probably drinks blood.
Yeah,
he looks like he's a type O guy. I didn't see.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean is alcohol. Okay.
Right, but they can serve type O probably from an alcoholic over at the pub.
Go and drink the patrons. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I know it would be bad news. I've always wanted to like. Anyway,
Jorah,
Daphne wiggle her brows at you, Jorah.
yeah, you know what's up.
You
Disaster gaze. High
guys.
five. Go big or go home.
I
Bye,
wish
bye,
Thor
bitch.
was here.
It's gonna prove tricky. I think we at least know what is in this cave. We're not going in there blind. If we hadn't gone and scoped that out, we would not have known we were about to walk into an illusionally actually large cave with a motherfucking dragon in it.
That
So
would have
we
been
know that
awkward,
now.
yes. I'm glad we definitely did a stakeout first.
Definitely don't recommend. Maybe invisibility to get to the cave. Once we're in the cave, dragons absolutely have true sight. So
Yeah.
especially if she's an oldie.
Especially if this is her lair.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to proceed with caution, but ultimately, we are actually her allies. Whether she trusts us on that or not, we can try to sell a very convincing argument, but we are actually her allies. Because I imagine she would like them gone and to have the town restored and to be properly healed from whatever it is that is hurting her. So
Here's a question for Clint. What is preventing us from removing the miasma from over the city?
That's down as T. A vampire lord, naturally.
So like a really strong wind wouldn't be able to blow the miasma away?
No.
I think it's probably an environmentally caused thing that starts to surround the lair of a vampire lord. Do we think this Carmine is the vampire lord, or do we think he has a vampire lord and like
chain of command?
Does he just have a vampire lord that is part of his thing, or do we think he himself is a vampire lord?
That's what it is. I'm hoping you find out.
We'll figure this out. Okay.
But I will show you to your room so you can sleep tonight. He stands up and sets down his tea, kind of pops him lurking up gently onto his finger and sets him on your shoulder, Jorah.
Thank you, yeah.
And leads you out of his room and down a set of beautiful carved staircases and to a set of dorms facing the sea. And you see ships kind of sailing past in the distance, their lights glowing faintly on their masts and off their hulls. And he kind of gives you a bow of his head. You will be the only occupants in this room. So if anybody comes to bother you, please let me know.
You're very
Gotcha.
kind. You've been a gracious host. Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, as much as.
Good night.
Good night.
I will see you all in the morning.
Yes. Yeah.
He gives a smile, leaves, shuts the door. And as you are gathered into this warm dormitory you found yourselves in, we'll call it there for tonight.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot to unpack.
All right,
Vampires
everyone.
and dragons. Woo.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thank you. I'm not muted, am I, this time? Cool. Thank you for coming and showing up. Great time. It was great. Thanks for some of the new follows and just some of the new people in general that have been sort of hanging out in chat. If you're interested in joining our Discord, I will throw that up in chat. As far as the rest of the week goes, as when it comes to RPGs, the next time you can see us live will be on Saturday, where we will have our Emberwind game. We only have 2 episodes left of that, The Skies of Axia, and then Saturday afternoon you can see 2 of us here again with some Dragon Age. Because if you think this party was horny on Maine, let me tell you. They're in the fade, and it isn't phasing them one bit. Like,
Nope.
and then of course, you can catch us back here. After that, we'll be back on Wednesday with more 5e and, a new show next Friday as well. Some Lancers. So that's what's going on here on the channel. Stuff. The rest of you, where can we find you on the internet and what you doing? Going in my opposite direction. So Smokey, you first, fam.
Alrighty. I'm here on the Twitch platform as the Gaming Element. I just got back into streaming on a regular basis. I've been streaming mobile games, and I'm starting a new project soon for the the Digimon trading card game. For those unfamiliar, you can find me over on my Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/gaming. You can catch me on Twitter for news and updates, or if you just want to shoot the shit, as it were. And as far as tabletop RPGs goes, you can always find me here on Thursdays for Ashenfell, and you can find me on Sundays either playing our Cyberpunk game or our Dungeons and Dragons game, Worlds Apart, over on Keel's Little Monsters channel.
Hi everyone, I am Emma or Hamalu on the internet. You can find me here every Thursday playing Jorah, and every Saturday I get to GM for the Dragon Age game where, they're in the fade. There has been tears and lip quiverings, and they're still very horny on me. That's how we do.
Yeah, Dragon Age.
Yeah. That's me.
And I am Jen, and you can find me here Thursdays doing D&D things, taking our world through finding dragons, finding vampires, finding a lot of things. And once a month I'm over at Indoor Adventures channel playing Built-in Hawthorne, the Mobster Fae, 1920s noir setting. So that's me.
All right. Wow. Cool beans, everyone. With that, just to let you know, we're gonna head over to Transplanter RPG. It looks like we got some people getting ready to play Celeste over there. So I'm not playing any TTRPGs, but great little group and all trans cast over there. So that's super awesome. And that's where we're gonna go and give some love to. So everybody, go ahead and wave. We'll see you later. Bye. Bye.